Good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day so far. I know some of you been waiting for me to do one of my typical drive around videos, and I am still doing those type of videos. So whenever I do my other kind of videos, understand I'm never gonna quit doing drive around videos. But anyways, for those of you that have been sticking around and having faith in me of putting out some content, I appreciate every last one of you. Now, as the title suggested, we're going to be driving through Florala, Alabama. Now, Florala, Alabama is located in the southern middle region of the state of Alabama, right by the Florida state line. And for those of you that are familiar with Florala, Alabama, I know sometimes when I drive through certain neighborhoods first, people might get a bit offended that I didn't drive through other places first. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now that Florala does have areas that are better than the area that I'm getting ready to drive through. Now, I do understand that a lot of people that watch these type of videos, they enjoy watching videos of creators like myself driving through poor neighborhoods. So that is the reason why I decided to start the video in this area. And another reason why I chose to start the video in this area is because the way that I was traveling, this was the first part of Florala that I ran into. So, you know, those are the two reasons why I'm driving through this neighborhood first. Now, as you guys will see later in the video, this town does have a nicer part, which you guys will see later, just so you guys know that in advance. So now that I got that out of the way, as I said a second ago, Florala is located right by the Alabama/Florida state line. And the name Florala was created due to the fact that this community was located right on the Alabama-Florida state line. So that's where the name Florala came from. Now, the closest metro area to Florala is going to be Dothan, Alabama, which is located 67 miles northeast of here. And the second largest area, I mean, it's not considered a metro, but the second largest area would be Crestview, Florida, which is located to the south of here. It's in the Florida Panhandle. And if you're interested in seeing Dothan or Crestview, I got both of those videos on this channel. Now, Crestview has got about if I can remember correctly, Crestview has got about 27,000 people population. So Dothan and Crestview are going to be your two largest cities located within, we'll just say, an hour and a half from here. Well, within, you know what? I take that back. I mean, I think, well, you also have, well, I don't know what the population of Fort Walton Beach is. I don't, you know what? I can't remember whether I even did a Fort Walton Beach video. I think I did. I can't remember. I gotta look back on my channel and see if I got that video. But Fort Walton Beach is also an hour and 10 minutes from here. So those are going to be your three largest communities within, I would say, an hour and a half from here. You got Dothan, which is 67 miles northeast of here. You got Crestview, which is south of here, and you also got Walton. You also got Fort Walton Beach, which is south of here as well. So the population of Florala is 1,923 people as of the 2020 census. And the population has experienced a 2.9% decline as of 2020 census. Now, during the 2010 census, the population was 1,980 people. And the population peaked at 3,011 people back during the 1960 census. And the racial demographics here are 77% white, 15% black, 3% Hispanic. And and despite the way some of these areas here in Florala look, according to the statistics, the crime, both violent and property crime, are below national average. Now, there's always a possibility that maybe the crime may have not been reported, but according to what I've read, the crime, property, and violent are below national average, which is good, assuming that those pieces of data are accurate. Now, if you desire to live here in Florala, your median rent prices are going to go from $570 to $1,240 a month. Your median home price, well, when I did my research on that, there were three different numbers that came up. One website stated the median home price was $112,000. I think Realtor.com stated the median home price was $200 and some grand. And then there was a third site, I forgot what the name of the site was, but they stated that the median home price was $185,000. So I did not know which one to go by, to go by. So I'm gonna tell you guys like this: if you're looking to buy a house here and you're looking for anything that's decent, I would plan to spend a minimum of $110,000 for a house here in Florala. And if you guys have took notice,
hello, Moto.
Give me 1 second. All right, folks, I apologize. That was my realtor getting in touch with me about the house that I'm trying to sell up in Indiana. So anyways, back to the video. So yeah, we were talking about houses. So as I said a second ago, if you're looking to buy anything here that I would consider to be half decent, you're going to want to come to the table with at least $110,000 for a house. So now Florala does have its good and bad points, and as you guys will see by the end of the video, you have good and not so good neighborhoods. Obviously, right now I'm driving through what I would call the hood. Now, I'm going to start with the good points of Florala. Now, the good points of Florala is for those of you that desire small town living, it is a small town. And you will get the small town feel in the small town experience. Now, for those of you that are looking to move somewhere warmer, maybe you're like me, you're from the Midwest, you're sick and tired of the cold, you're tired of snow, you prefer to live somewhere that is much warmer. Now, I would say another good point of Florala is the climate. I would say for many people, you really couldn't ask for a much better climate than what you're going to get here in southern Alabama. I mean, typically the winters here during the day are not going to get much colder than the mid 50s. Now, granted, overnight, yeah, the temperatures might drop into the 30s, and on occasion, it might even drop into the mid 20s overnight. But shortly after the sun comes out, it warms up nice, and typically during like January and February, like early February, your temperatures aren't going to get much colder than maybe 55. And even during the month of February, the temperatures in this part of Alabama are going to rise into the 60s and 70s. So if you're looking for a affordable place to live that offers a warmer climate, this could be your place. Because I can't even pronounce it right. Florala is relatively affordable in my opinion. And later on in the video, I will be driving you guys through some better neighborhoods. And there's also areas here in Florala that are, to where the neighborhoods are kind of in the middle. And I would say another good point about Florala is the proximity to the beaches. Now let me back up for a minute. Now, Florala does have a state park, which again you will see that park later in this video. And the park is actually located right by Lake Jackson. Now, Lake Jackson is the largest natural lake in the state of Alabama. Now, of course, when I say that, the lakes down here in Alabama are not going to be like any of your Great Lakes up north in the Midwest or in the Northeast. The lakes down here are going to be smaller. So I would say that's another good point about Florala, is the fact that you got Lake Jackson right here in town, which is right by the state park. Another good point about Florala is, as I said a second ago, the proximity to the beaches off of the Gulf of Mexico. Like Panama, like some of the, like Panama City Beach, cities like Panama City Beach and Fort Walton Beach, Florida, are located within an hour and a half from here. Now, Panama City Beach is more like an hour and a half from here. Fort Walton Beach is an hour and 10 minutes from here. So those are some of the good points of living in Florala. Now some people might say that the food here is good. I can't vouch for that because the restaurant that I was going to go to and eat at, they were closed for whatever reason. So I was unable to get any food here. Now there was another place that was open, but the type of food that they were serving was not the type of food I was hungry for. So I didn't go. Now, I will say some of the negative points of Florala is, for starters, there is no major metro area close by. I mean, like I told you guys towards the beginning of the video, the largest metro area that's closest to here is Dothan. Now, if you're familiar with Dothan, Alabama, and I've done plenty of videos of Dothan, Alabama on this channel, so check one of them out or check them all out, whatever you want to do. But Dothan, Alabama is not that big. I mean, the population of Dothan is only 70,000 people. Even if you look at the Dothan metro area, still the population of the entire Dothan metro area is less than 100,000 people. So Dothan Metro is not big at all. There is no major metropolis area that's within even an hour and a half from here. I mean, I would say off the top of my head, without ripping out without going on my matter of fact, let me check something out here for you guys. I keep forgetting now that I got my other computer. Now that I'm back, here in Alabama, I got my desktop. So I'm gonna look up something real quick. Now, as far as let's see, I'm gonna type in let's see, Mobile. Let's see here. Now, Florala to Mobile, Alabama, which Mobile, Alabama is located in the southwest region of Alabama. Mobile is almost 2 hours from here. Yeah, Mobile is almost 2 hours from here. Now, some people might even argue with me, and they might even try to. Now, there's people that I'm pretty sure are going to try to tell me that some of the cities in the Florida Panhandle are metro areas. Let's see. Now, even if I were to consider some of the cities in the Florida Panhandle as metro areas, like let's see how far Florala is from Pensacola, which is going to be, let's see here. No, I mean, no, we're going to type in Panama City. The Panama City is actually a little closer. So let's see. To get to Panama City, Florida from Florala, you're looking at about an hour and 40 minutes. The closest city in the Florida Panhandle, other than Crestview, to Florala, Alabama, is, like I said earlier, is going to be Fort Walton Beach. With Fort Walton Beach, even Fort Walton Beach is over an hour away, and Fort Walton Beach is not that big. So I say all this just to bring home the point that if you choose to move here to Florala, if being close to a metro area is important to you, you may not want to move here to Florala, because there is not going to be any metro area. I mean, the closest metro area to here is going to be more like 2 hours away. So if you don't mind driving a couple of hours to get to a metro area from here, then this could be your place. But if being close to a metro area for whatever reason is important to you, then you might want to skip Florala and move somewhere else. So I would say that's one major negative about living here in Florala, is the fact that you're far from major metro areas. And with that being said, the job opportunities here are going to be very limited. The jobs that are available here are going to most likely be low pay. And with the way the economy is going, the majority of the jobs, if any, around here are probably not even going to be full-time. It's probably only going to be part-time and low pay. So unless you move here unless you come here with a job already in place, or you have very tight connections, or you come here with remote employments. If you come here just an average everyday person, you come here not knowing nobody, not having no connections, and you're the kind of person that needs to work for a living, you're not retired, you're not on SSI or any of that type of stuff. If you come here, you need to work, and you don't already have a job lined up, again, you might want to save yourself the headache and save your family the headache, and not move here to Florala. There's a lot of other small towns within the state of Alabama that are much closer into metro areas and employment opportunities than here. So unless your connections are tight and or you come here as a remote worker, you're not going to want to move here to Florala, because the economy here sucks. And I would say off the top of my head, those are going to be some of the negatives of living here in Florala. And I'm going to jump over here to niche. Now, there's been 6 reviews on niche about Florala. I'm going to be quite frank, I'm only going to read 1 out of 6 reviews, because the other 5 really ain't saying much of nothing. other than it's a small town and the economy is limited, which I already elaborated on that, so I don't need to read it in a comment. That would be a little redundant. So out of 6 reviews, Florala does have a 4. No, it has a 3.5 star out of a 5-star rating. One person gave it a 5-star. One person gave it a 4-star. 4 people gave it a 3-star, and nobody gave it a 1 or a 2-star. So here's a comment that I feel is worthy of me reading. I'm going to read it. Now, this comment was written January of 2019. I was born and raised in Florala. Everyone is so friendly and nice. The people are just amazing. They are willing to help anyone that needs help. The only thing bad I can say about my hometown is that there are not any jobs here. Kind of like what I was telling you guys a second ago. This is what I would like to see changed. Okay, well, that's nice. I mean, it's nice that they want to see that change, and if it did change, that would be good. Unfortunately, Florala being a small town itself, and the fact that its location is far from any major metro areas, are going to be the reasons why there's most likely not going to be many jobs here in the foreseeable future. I mean, Florala is basically a small retirement community. Or if you come here with remote work, it could be a nice small community for people that come here with remote work. But I would say, other than that, Florala is going to primarily be a retirement town. I mean, and I think it's a good retirement town. I really do. And now when I first came into the town and I started driving around, I was like, man, this town ran down this hill. But then the more that I continued to drive, and the more that I began to see other parts of the town, I got to thinking, you know what? Yeah, this town does have a good part of it that is ran down. But they also have another part of the town that is fairly decent. That's why at the beginning of the video, I wanted to inform people that there is more to this town than just the hood. I don't want people thinking that I'm just showing the bad areas. I don't want people thinking that I'm just showing you the hood and nothing else. So yeah, that's going to do it for the commentary, because I don't know what else to say other than what I've already said. I mean, I think if you're, I think for some people, under the circumstances that I've elaborated on just now, Florala could be a good place for certain people to reside. I mean, it's affordable, and for the majority of the year, you got nice weather, you got plenty of sun, you're not far from the beaches, and you got Lake Jackson right in your backyard. So hopefully you guys got something out of the commentary, and if you like what I do on this channel and you wish to support the channel, all you gotta do is give videos like this a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And on that note, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.